When night descends on the capital, a different world comes to life, the world of sex work. And we've been given rare access to those forced to sell sex on our streets just to make ends meet. But in doing this, the most vulnerable women become the most at risk.
Hello, darling. You alright? I'm alright, darling.
Every week, Stella and Charmaine trawl the streets of South London, helping homeless women, many selling sex.
We're around, yeah? Give me a call if you need me.
Do you know her quite well? Is she new to the streets?
No, probably about 2 years we've known her. Women never tend to stay in the same sleep site long because it's not safe for them.
And why would it not be safe?
Because they're women and they tend to be targeted by men, if I'm honest.
Most of the women you speak to, have they suffered some kind of violence?
Yeah. I would say probably 100% of them.
It's a dangerous world.
We just basically make notes of who we've seen, what kind of follow-up work we need to do with them, what their situation is at the moment.
They also hand out bags with snacks and sexual health products.
The condoms are for us in a way to help them have safe sex.
We're just in an area that these outreach workers know as the red light district, and they say a lot of sex workers will be around here, as well as pimps and drug dealers, and they'll all stay in a certain area because they don't need phones, they can find each other quite quickly. And just out of the busier area, we're going to go down some side streets, which is where the workers say a lot of men will come to pick up women. It's not always easy spotting women, and some don't want to engage or are too consumed by drugs to speak. But after leaving a client, this sex worker wants to talk. These bags they give out as well, does this help?
Yeah, it does help, because they put little bits of food in there with some tissues, some wipes, condoms, which is very important when you're working because you need to keep yourself clean. Because if we ain't got condoms, we're putting ourselves at high risk.
But this is a high-risk job. How safe do you feel out here?
I've been at it since I was 14, so I'm very used to it. I've been attacked so many times. I've been raped so many times. So I don't feel scared because the drugs don't make me feel fear. They hide my fear. Does that make sense? So when I'm out here, the drugs make me not care. But that's still not a good way to be, because when I don't really care, I'm putting myself at more risk. I've put myself in some very dangerous situations.
Do you feel like the police are out helping you keep safe? Do you feel like you trust the police?
I trust them, but I don't, because they're not consistent enough. They used to have like an undercover vice squad, and they're not here no more. When they were out, I felt safe, and now more of the girls are getting attacked.
The Metropolitan Police says it no longer has a vice squad, but says it's shifted towards a vulnerability model looking at human trafficking and exploitation. It says it knows assaults on sex workers are significantly underreported, but says officers treat anyone reporting a crime respectfully, with dignity and without judgment. After she arranges to meet the team later in the week, Stella and Charmaine head off to find others they can help. They say they're seeing more women on the streets selling sex.
There have been a lot of new women out that we're not really familiar with.
For you as a worker out here, you know, helping people, to see more women come to the streets, what's that like for you?
Obviously this is our work, so this is why we're here, but it's also alarming because if they're out here, we know things are getting worse.
She says the cost of living and rising rents are a major factor.
And the landlords who own these properties, the rent is usually really high, and these properties can be taken back by the landlord at any time.
And they just can't keep up with the bill.
Exactly. Have you got somewhere to stay?
Thank you.
There are women here of all ages. These girls are in their early 20s.
Can I have a bag?
Of course you can.
May I have a cigarette?
And these in their 40s.
So where are you staying?
At Pret.
Outside Pret, yeah?
Outside Pret.
Age aside, They all want the same thing: help. But with budgets slashed and the cost of living soaring, how can this complex, deep-rooted issue really be tackled?